Hello everyone and welcome. My name's Rebecca and today we'll be doing a Yin Yoga practice to balance the heart and small intestine meridian channels. Yin Yoga postures are held for a longer period of time and they work into the deeper yin tissues of the body, including the ligaments, the joints and the deeper fascia layers. In Yin Yoga, we don't want to come to our maximum within postures because we're holding for a longer period of time. So we're looking to find an appropriate level of sensation. As you hold the postures for longer, you might find that you can go deeper into the poses. You also might find that you've gone too far and that it feels too intense, so just pull back. In the ancient Chinese Taoist tradition, the heart and small intestine meridian channels are associated with the element of fire, the season of early summer, and the colour red. The heart is considered the supreme manager, overseeing all workings of mind, body, and spirit. It rules the blood and controls its circulation. When the heart is out of balance, we can experience poor circulation, heart palpitations, sadness, depression, or inappropriate euphoria. When balanced, we can feel nourished and connected to love, joy, peace, and harmony. The small intestines receive and store water and food. They digest food, converting it into nutrition and sending the unusable parts down the body for elimination, separating the pure from the impure. Weakness in the small intestines can make it difficult for us to sort things out and can bring about unclear information. When balanced, they enable us to determine the important from the discardable, to be able to discern the pure from the impure. We'll focus on postures that work on the heart and small intestine meridian channels along the arm lines and backs of the shoulders. You can see on the screen in these diagrams the lines that the heart and small intestine meridian channels follow and the areas we'll be focusing on in this practice. The fire element is the manifestation of spirit within matter that moves our energetic life force around the body via the blood pumped by the heart. For this practice, I'd recommend having 2 blankets and 2 blocks. If you don't have any blocks, you could always use books. And this will assist us with modifications and also with padding. During Shavasana, I will play some therapeutic music on the harp to assist the integration of this Yin Yoga practice and also with the balancing of the heart and small intestine meridian channels. We'll start by coming to a comfortable seat, however that looks like for you, and you might want to sit on a block for some height. And we'll bring our hands into a mudra. So first of all, bring the hands into prayer position in front of the heart. And then opening so that the little finger and the thumb are still connected and the base of the hands are connected. And opening the ring, the middle and the index finger. This is called Padma Mudra, which means lotus gesture. And then just allowing the eyes to soften, the gaze to soften, and perhaps allowing the eyes to close here. Beginning to focus on the breath, breathing into the heart, seeing a red light there, connection to the divine source within the heart. Breathing ruby red light from this divine source, breathing it deep within the heart. And on the exhale, feeling this light permeating throughout the body. Inhaling the ruby red light, connecting to the divine source deep within the heart. Exhaling this ruby red light throughout the cells of the body. Inhaling the red light, feel it fill the heart. Divine source connection. Exhale, feel this light permeate throughout the body, throughout all of the cells. And then just bringing the hands, returning them into prayer position, and lowering the hands down to the thighs as you flutter the eyes open. We'll come into melting heart pose. So if you have been sitting on a block, just remove that block. And you might want to bring a folded blanket, making a long fold here for your arms, your forearms to rest. And we'll come first of all into tabletop. So you want your knees below your hips. And then send the hands over the folded blanket so you allow the head to come to the floor. If this feels too intense, you can always bring the head to rest on a block. You can also take the arms wider to decrease the intensity of the sensation here. Feeling sensations down the shoulders and the arm lines of the heart and small intestine meridian channels. Inhaling the ruby red light into the heart, connecting to love and joy, exhaling to release sorrow, depression. Inhaling the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to peace and harmony. Exhale to release heavy-heartedness. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to appropriate discernment. Exhale that which is ready to be discarded. Inhaling purity into the small intestines with this ruby red light. Exhale to release impurities. And then you can either stay here or You might want to bend at the elbows, bring the hands into prayer position and point the fingers either up to the sky or maybe they start to point further down the back. Just finding the appropriate level of sensation for yourself. Feeling sensation down the arm lines and across the backs of the shoulders. Connecting to the divine source within the heart with the hands in Anahata Mudra, heart gesture. And then just releasing the hands down as you come up into tabletop position. And just as a rebound, we'll come briefly into child's pose and bring the arms back to the feet. Just feeling the fluids return down the arm lines, down the shoulders. And then gently coming up, and we'll remove folded blanket off the mat and bring your other blanket to the top of the mat. So we come into broken wings. So also moving the blocks if they're in the way of the arms, because they'll come out to a wide T. We'll come onto our bellies here and forehead to the earth, and then bring the left arm. It might come out the height of the shoulder, or maybe it faces diagonally down closer to the feet, depending on the level of sensation you're looking for. Bring your right hand under your shoulder, bend your right leg and roll over to the left side, bringing the right sole of the foot behind the upper left thigh. Bring that hand in front of the heart, feeling a sensation down the left arm, the back of the shoulder and the front of the shoulder. You might want to rest your head on your other blanket here for a pillow. Just finding your appropriate level of sensation. Perhaps you roll a bit more forward. Maybe you roll further back, finding your sensation level. You can leave your right hand in front of you, or you might bring it behind the low back for sensation down that right arm. Just listening to your body, feeling the sensations down the meridian lines in that left shoulder and arm of the heart and small intestine channels. Breathing the ruby red light into the heart, connecting to the divine source here. Exhale to feel this energy permeate throughout the body. Inhaling joy and peace into the heart. Exhale to release sorrow, depression. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to the ability to make appropriate discernment. Exhale to release that which is ready to be discarded. Inhaling purity into the small intestines. Exhale to release impurities. And then just slowly rolling back as you straighten that right leg onto the belly. And we'll bring the right arm out, and it might come to shoulder height, or maybe it points diagonally down towards the feet. And then bring the left hand under the left shoulder, bend the left knee as you roll over to the right. Bring the left sole of the foot behind the right upper thigh, and bring that left hand in front of the heart. Perhaps you rest the head on a blanket for some height, finding your appropriate level of stress in open wings on the other side. Feeling sensations down the arm lines and shoulders lines on the right side this time. The lines of the heart and small intestine meridians. You might want to bring that left hand behind the low back, or maybe you leave it in front of you, listening to your body. Breathing the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to the divine source. Exhale to allow that energy to permeate throughout the body, bringing a sense of peace and harmony. Inhaling the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to love and joy. Exhaling to release sorrow and depression. Inhale the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to the ability to make appropriate discernment. Exhale to release that which is ready to be released. Inhaling purity into the small intestine. Exhale to release impurities from the small intestine. And then just rolling back onto the belly and bringing the arms down by the sides, palms facing the sky for a rebound. Fluids flowing down the shoulders and the arms. And then we'll just come up to hands and knees. Bring the blanket towards the center of the mat. And we'll come into butterfly pose with open wings. You might want to use a block here. And you also might want to sit on this folded blanket for a bit of height, finding the appropriate sensation for yourself. So we're going to bring the soles of the feet together to touch here. And perhaps you bring your feet further away from the body. Perhaps they come closer to the body. All depends on the shape of your hip sockets. And we'll just bring the block onto the feet in preparation here. So we're going to bring the arms into broken wings. So we'll start by bringing the left hand to the right shoulder and then the right hand to the left shoulder. We're feeling broadness across the back, chest here and shoulders. And then on an exhale, allow yourself to fold forward, coming to the point that feels right to you. Perhaps you remain in an uprighted position. You can either allow the head to just hang here, or maybe the forehead rests on the block. Feeling some sensations across the back of the heart, gentle compression in the front of the heart, the small intestines, sensations down the arm lines. Breathing the red light into the heart, connecting to the divine source here. Exhale to feel this energy permeate throughout the body. Inhaling the red light into the small intestines. Exhale to release impurities. And then just releasing
the arms here, cross the arms the other way as you bring the right hand to the left shoulder first and the left hand to the right shoulder. Feeling that broadness across the back chest, the back of the heart, the compression in the heart and the small intestines. And inhaling the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to joy and love. Exhaling to release sorrow, depression, heaviness within the heart. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines. Exhale to release. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to appropriate discernment. Exhale to release that which is ready to be discarded. And then just releasing the arms down. And if you're in a forward fold, slowly coming up so that the head comes up last. Removing any props from your mat. Bringing the feet in front of you, hip width or wider apart. Allow the hands to come behind the hips as we in windscreen wiper the legs from side to side for a rebound. And now we're going to come into a supported fish pose. So we'll bring our blocks to the top of the mat and have one widthways and one lengthways. And you want to have this block so it will be behind the shoulder blades. And this block for the head to rest on. You can always put your blocks onto a lower height if this is too intense. And you allow yourself to recline onto your blocks, finding the correct position, the forehead to rest. You might need to move the blocks around. And then you can either leave the legs bent or perhaps return them to your butterfly pose, or perhaps you straighten the legs. Finding the appropriate level of sensation and bringing the arms out to a T to feel the broadness across the chest, the fronts of the shoulders and down the arm lines of the heart and small intestine meridian channels, feeling sensations in the back of the shoulders as they're connected to this block of the small intestine meridian channels there. Breathing the ruby red light into the heart, connecting to the divine source. Exhale to allow this energy to permeate throughout the body, throughout the cells. Inhaling the ruby red light, connecting to peace and harmony. Exhaling to release depression, heavy-heartedness and sorrow. Inhaling the ruby red light, connecting to appropriate discernment. Exhaling to release that which is ready to be discarded. Inhaling the ruby red light, breathing purities into the small intestine. Exhale to release impurities. And then if you straightened your legs, just slowly bend them, or if they were in butterfly, use your hands to support your knees back up. And then just slowly roll over to one side, pushing yourself up and removing your blocks and bringing them down to the center of the mat and taking your blanket up to the top of the mat. And we'll come back to a reclined position and we'll just hug the knees to the chest here. And then on an inhale, bring the forehead close to the knees. Gentle rebound from that opening heart, the supported fish pose. And exhale the head back down, pausing here to give yourself a loving hug. And then bring the arms out to a T either side. And on an exhale, lower the knees down to the right. And perhaps the shins rest on the block, or perhaps they come to the earth. You can either face the ceiling, perhaps face away from the bent legs. Feeling the opening within the heart. Feeling some stretching on the left side of the small intestines and some compression on the right side, massaging the heart and the small intestines. Broadness across the shoulders and arm lines of the heart and small intestine meridian channels. Breathing the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to the divine source. Exhaling to release this energy, loving energy throughout the body. Inhaling the ruby red light within the heart, connecting to peace and harmony. Exhaling as you release sorrow, depression, heavy-heartedness. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to appropriate discernment. Exhale to release that which is ready to be discarded. Inhaling ruby red light into the small intestines, breathing purity within. Exhaling to release impurities. And then if you faced away from your legs, just bring the head back to center. Inhaling the knees to center and exhaling them over to the left side. Perhaps legs come to the floor or that left calf rests on the block. You can either face the ceiling, perhaps you turn away from the bent legs, feeling the opening across the arm lines and the chest, the shoulders. Feeling an opening within the heart and feeling a stretch within, an opening within the small intestines on the right side, and this time a compression on the left, massaging the internal organs, the heart and the small intestines, feeling the meridian channel lines down the shoulders and the arms of the heart and the small intestines. And breathing the ruby red light deep within the heart, connecting to the divine source, love and joy,
Exhale to release sorrow, depression, disconnectedness. Inhale the ruby red light into the heart as you connect to peace and harmony. Exhale to release heavy-heartedness. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, connecting to appropriate discernment. Exhaling to release that which is ready to be discarded. Inhaling the ruby red light into the small intestines, breathing purity within. Exhale to release impurities. And then just bringing the head center if you turned it to the side. Inhaling the knees back to the chest, lowering the feet to the earth, sending the feet down to the bottom of the mat, hands facing the sky, away from the body. Perhaps you tuck the shoulders in, finding your way to Shavasana. Just letting go of any effort here now, integrating this Yin Yoga practice as you receive the therapeutic music from the harp, assisting the balancing of the heart and small intestine meridian channels. And now, beginning to become aware of the breath, bringing some length back to the breath, bringing some gentle movements to the fingers and the toes, the hands and feet, perhaps bringing movement to the arms and the legs. And when you're ready, bending the legs at the knees and rolling over to one side. And gently using the hands to push yourself up to a comfortable seated position once more. And bringing the hands into Anahata Mudra, heart gesture, prayer position, feeling the divine connection deep within the heart, the soul connection. Breathing into this energy within the heart, knowing that you can always connect to this energy whenever you need. Feeling nourished within mind, body, and spirit. And I thank you for joining me in this practice today. I wish you well. Namaste. Follow this link to the Emerald Alignment, which is a 4-minute energy field alignment to complete the integration of this yoga practice. There are links below for more information. If you enjoyed this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to the channel.